This week, it's a week before camp, and if you've watched my videos for a little while, like last summer, you would have seen that before camp, generally we decrease the intensity, freshen up, ready to obviously do the technical work and work hard on camp. So this is sort of like a week to taper. You might be thinking, like, what is a taper week? And why have a taper week?
Deep in a heavy week, this is the scene that comes to mind when I think easy week.
Evening, sir.
You got any biscuits?
Hey, biscuits?
Yeah.
What is this? Freaking holiday camp? Wake up! Back to work.
It doesn't quite work out like that, but I'll explain why we do it.
Our training is generally done in cycles, usually like 3-4 week cycles, where the intensity is raised, and then dropped for a deload week to then really take on the gains that you have sort of built in those weeks of hard work. So you've got the progressive overload and then you deload, ready to go again. So it stops you from plateauing, and in this case also make sure we come into the camp ready to ski, fresh and ready to work.
I started the week with an extra easy day after the weekend, really shifting the fatigue built up over the heavy weeks. Still got lifting to do. Lower intensity, lower reps, more quality explosion. Just wanting some stimulus, but not to break down the body. This session starts off pretty similar. But adding a front squat into the clean complex, so that movement's covered even though there's only 2 lifts in the week. Okay, that might have been intense. Then moving on to the back squat. Instead of 4 sets heavy, it's a ladder building up to something heavy of only 3 reps. So we're getting the stimulus, but not the same fatigue. Alright, sun's out, fast glasses are on, and the blades are on. This afternoon I'm going to work on a bit of sort of coordination, bodily awareness, training, balance. I'd been reading up a little on neuroathletics, so I decided to bring along some tennis balls to add some spice. Started off regular, then added the spice. The aim was to challenge my mental agility while doing the movements through the course. I can definitely say it did that.
This is way harder than I expected it to be. Today that definitely put my coordination and my mental agility to the test. Way harder than I expected, but a good challenge. I'll come back to doing some of this another day. See how much I can improve on it through the summer.
This week is also good to double down on things like mobility, an area I'm focusing on and already seeing some good improvements. The intense cardio swapped out for something a bit easier and longer. And some time to focus solely on core, another really important area for me.
neutral with only 3 balance points.
On to Thursday, and probably the biggest day of the week. With another awesome day in Basel, I headed down to my usual plyo location for the session. Thanks to anyone who sent me some ladder ideas on Instagram. It's good to try something different. As you've probably seen, I like to have challenges in my sessions that I can come back to and repeat. This one is going to have to wait. For the easier week, the box jump intervals are removed and I add in some single leg work for control and to move the triple jump to an uphill to reduce some of the impact. Just finished a session with a sports psychologist. Make sure I put some work in this summer. I've had 3 sessions so far. It's going really well. Like I would have said in last week's video in the season review, the mental side of things is something that I think I could really improve on. So now is the time to make a start. And it's definitely one of those things that makes a huge difference for the proportion of time that you spend in it. Anyway, now, session 2 of the day, a lift. Only 2 lifts this week, rather than 3. Today in the afternoon, and I would guess Jai's done that because then there's just a little bit more recovery time rather than doing it this morning. And also, there's not as much time to next week when we lift again on camp. For this last session, the weights are eased off even more and the focus is put more into making the movements explosive. Throwing in some superset circuits at the end. Not much to see after this point. Next day had another longer steady state bike ride. Then pretty much done for the week. Had an easy day before travelling and then headed out on camp. Yes, I'm already late. We're Tuesday. This should have gone up on Friday. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. A little overview of how a taper week, easy week goes for me leading into a camp. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see from my training. Next week you'll see me back with the guys out on camp, which is where I am right now. Just got back from a bike ride and quickly trying to finish this video. So stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next week.
I was so bad. That's why we're not actors.
Yeah. That was recording.